I'm from Westside 60, shit, I might got killed.
Before the fame, before the marathon, Nipsey Hussle was a kid from Crenshaw with a dream. He turned hustle into hope and pain into purpose. But in his own words, he also predicted the tragedy that would one day silence him. This episode explores the lyrics of Nipsey Hussle, words that, in a haunting way, may have foreshadowed his own demise. This is The Reaper Run. In loaded bases, Nipsey rapped, more than likely, I'm going to end up in somebody's precinct. Even worse, the horse and carriage front the church, laid off in a hearse. It's a line that feels like a lyric and more like a prediction, a moment where art blurred into prophecy. Nipsey knew the risk that came from his environment, his success, and his mission. He understood that the same streets he tried to change could one day turn on him. And tragically, they did. Just like he said, he never made it to prison, but the world watched the horse and carriage carry him from the church. His words became reality. Take a listen.
I'm gonna end up in somebody's precinct. Even worse, horse and carriage front the church, laid off in the hearse.
In Hustle is my last name, Nipsey said, it ain't the ones that I fucked off, it's the ones that I fucked with. It's a bitter truth. Betrayal doesn't always come from your enemies. It comes from the one you trusted. And in Nipsey's story, that lyric became heartbreakingly real. Because in the end, it wasn't a stranger who took his life, it was someone from his own circle. Listen closely. In grinding all my life, Nipsey proudly declared, I'm from Westside 60, shit I might got killed. Westside represented his home, the west side of Los Angeles, and 60 was a nod to the Rolling 60 Crips, the neighborhood that raised him. But what makes this line chilling is the weight behind it. Nipsey wasn't just speaking on danger, he was acknowledging the reality that surrounded him every day. The streets he came from made him, but they also took him. Because despite surviving so much, Nipsey Hussle was ultimately killed not by a rival gang, but by one of his own. The reality of his lyrics became the reflection of his life ending. Listen closely.
I'm from Westside 60, shit, I might got killed.
And the feeling keeps on coming. Nipsey said, I'm from a place where you're the victim or the suspect. It's a chilling truth, one that defined the world he came from. For years, he fought to rise above that cycle, to be more than what his environment predicted. But in the end, that same world claimed him as a victim right in front of the business he built to uplift his community. Listen closely.
I'm from a place where you the victim or the suspect.
And in Shed a Tear, Nipsey gave us a glimpse of the pain that comes with the life he lived. He said, they got us stretched out, wife's flipping, mamas is stressed out. Sadly, those words became reality. When the news broke of his death, the world watched as his loved ones broke down. His family shattered, his community in tears. The very pain he once described unfolded in real life. Take a listen.
They got us stretched out, wifey's flipping, mamas is stressed out.
In dedication, Nipsey called himself the Tupac of his generation. It was a powerful comparison, but one that carried a shadow. Both men were voices of the people, both stood for change, and both were taken too soon. When Nipsey said, blue pill in the fucking Matrix, it was more than a clever line. It tied his Crip roots to a deeper truth, that he was living in a world where survival was uncertain, and faith could blur fiction and reality. But you have to wonder, was it a blessing to be compared to Tupac, or a warning? Because just like Tupac, Nipsey would also die by gunfire. Take a listen.
Tupac of my generation. Blue pill in the fucking matrix.
In his song, I Don't Stress, Nipsey Hussle rap, I could die today, I've made the set proud. For Nipsey, the set wasn't just a phrase, it was a reference to his roots in the rolling 60s Crips, the same neighborhood that shaped his life and his message. But in a heartbreaking twist, that lyric would become reality. Nipsey was gunned down outside his own store, not by an outsider, but by someone from the very set he once vowed to make proud. It's as if his words foreshadow his fate, another artist who spoke truth into existence. Listen closely.
I could die the day I made the set proud, nigga.
There's a moment that chills you when you learn it. Nipsey Hussle once told Diddy he wanted his next album to feel like Biggie's Life After Death. He admired the message, the growth, the storytelling. But what's haunting is that Life After Death wasn't just Biggie's greatest album. It was his last. And in a strange twist of fate, Nipsey would share more than just inspiration. Both men spoke life, legacy, and purpose, only to be taken by gunfire before their own stories could fully unfold. Take a listen.
I did not know Nipsey Hussle. I knew of him and the positive things that he was trying to do out there in his community. The music that he was putting out, that I could say, based on conversations that I heard him speak, that the man was spiritually connected. He was a child of God. He had gotten in front of Puffy one time, and he told Puff that he was putting out this music, and I guess Puff was helping him in some kind of way, and he said something. And that what he said was, I need my music and my albums to have the same feel of that life after death like Biggie's album. Now, you taking a spiritual person who's asking for something. He said, I wanted that same feel as life after death. That same feel was that Biggie got murdered and he went on to sell about 10 million albums or 10 million copies. I was saying, you got to watch what you say to demons because it just might come true. You just got to watch what you say, brother, because God said that you say it by mouth, you believe it in thy heart, and it shall happen. And when you got a strong spirit, and you that type of person, you got to watch what you say out your mouth, man.
Well, welcome back. The latest on the murder of a beloved rapper. The manhunt continues for the person accused of shooting and killing rapper Nipsey Hussle and wounding 2 others during an attack in broad daylight. Today, fans and neighborhood leaders gathered to remember the artist for his music and impact in the community. Jay Gray has details.
As Los Angeles police search for a suspect in answers, celebrities, including fellow artists and fans, are remembering Grammy-nominated rapper Nipsey Hussle, gunned down outside the clothing store he opened with his brother.
He put stores in this community so that folks in the neighborhood can have jobs. So folks in the neighborhood could learn how to be entrepreneurs and leaders. And that is exactly who Nipsey Hussle was.
The 33-year-old, whose real name was Hermes Ashkudo, grew up in southern Los Angeles and publicly acknowledged his long association with the Rollin' 60s Crips, one of LA's largest gangs.
We have lost someone who has inspired others, who have came from the ground all the way to the top.
Just minutes before he was killed, Hussle posted this tweet: "Having strong enemies is a blessing."
and cross my T's and dot my I's or I can't sleep well.
As his career grew, so did the rapper's commitment to his community.
I could easily preach to the choir and just make music about gangbang. But to make music that speaks to opportunities and speaks to inspiring.
In recent years, Hussle supported a number of empowerment projects focused on LA's Crenshaw district, the same community where he lost his life. Jay Gray, NBC News.